G'day, my name is Blake Hoskin, and for the past year and a bit, I actually haven't been able to jack off my Canopy, and this has really taken a toll on me, not only mentally, but physically. Just not being able to get a load off and always being at full capacity means that I haven't been able to do the things I enjoy, such as hardcore forward driving. Now this has been extremely hard for me, but I'm proud to announce that the legends over at Australian Performance Boxes have actually supplied me with a premium jack-off canopy that has allowed me to jack off for the first time in over a year. And now I feel like a teenager again. I've been jacking this thing off every single day. Blake, what the hell are you doing? Mate, I'm just jacking off my canopy. Now just this last weekend I went on a forward driving trip and I was able to get my load off in front of everyone. This felt really good, just knowing I was able to get out on the tracks without having to carry my full load.
She wrote it, still live with courage, you're doing a service. Pull up to the crib, I'm equipped with the brush strokes. Cutthroat from the low where no love goes. Women buddy like it's been that. When me looking at the bill stack. Off the buddy, I've been stressed out. Let the smoke scream from my chest out. Laced up, I really hate love from a stranger. Shit is fake stuff, only need it from you. Yeah. Crash land in the palm of my hand. Bad little flex, wanna play by the coast. Carry the torch, I'm way up, it's litty wherever we flow.
Alright, in all seriousness, I toured the top end of Australia for 4 months in this cheap marketplace canopy setup. And for the most part, it was pretty good, other than the cheap latches falling apart and whatnot. But now that I'm home and I'm no longer touring full time, it has been a bit of a pain not being able to take the canopy off of these. So today we are upgrading to a jack-off canopy from Australian Performance Boxes.
Righto, g'day guys, welcome back to Trippin'. Now today's a bit of a sad day. A lot of my OG followers would know I spent a lot of time, many hours in building this canopy setup before we went traveling. Now today we're actually going to be stripping this canopy down, pulling off the rooftop tent, pulling the awning off and removing everything from inside the canopy because I've actually sold this canopy. I have hinted at it in a couple of the last videos, but I've actually been hanging to get a jack-off canopy. I haven't been able to do much forward driving. I live in the Coffs Harbour area and the forward driving around here is pretty extreme, so having all the weight on the back of the car at all times is not ideal. So yeah, I've opted to go for a jack-off canopy. Now I actually built this this rear structure here to match the headboard at the front, and I've actually bolted the rooftop tent, the awning, and pretty much everything. The spare tyre is all bolted to this rear headboard, which is actually welded to the tray. So that means basically you're going to have to cut that off, get rid of it, yeah, remove everything from inside the canopy, unbolt it and lift it off. So yeah, we've got a little bit to do. We'll waste no time and get stuck straight in. Ew. Big Aussie boy. Now I've got a bit wet. Where am I going to sit this? All right, now the bloke who bought this canopy, he actually didn't want the fridge, the kitchen, and the slide out pantry. So we're going to be pulling that out. I'll have to pull it out anyway because we're going to lift this floor up to undo the bolts that are holding the canopy to the tray. So I'm going to go ahead and start ripping this stuff out.
Maybe you don't need no friend for this evening, believe me, you better all ride with me. Slide to the loo in my leisure, but still had to cop me a crib right outside of the D. I let them think what they wanted, cause I got bundles of bread, it ain't bothering me. I've been up late in the led just in case you was looking, that's where I'ma probably be. Make sure you
better open up my little stash here and my little secret stash. Ooh. Grab out all my spare parts that I didn't have to use. Wheel bearings. The soft plastic, swivel hub kit, belts, brake hoses, radiator hoses.
No one at the bottom tomorrow, you might just be coming to connect. I know that well what I know. I can't speak what I don't. I don't stress how you feel, so I'm gonna do what I want. Know that well what I know. I don't speak what I don't. I can't stress how you feel, so I'm gonna do what I want. I can't fight, I'm over that. That just feel like overkill. Act like I ain't told you that. Don't do that, you
Now that the old Canopy was gone, it was time to throw the new one on. Now I've gone with the APB 1600mm jack-off Canopy. If you're in the market for any canopies, definitely go and check out their website. I'll leave the link in the description below. We have a whole bunch of gear from Itech World, which includes a 2000 watt inverter, a 40 amp 240 volt charger, a 40 amp DC-DC charger, 2 120 amp lithium batteries, and a whole bunch more. Now first up, we need to build a false floor for the canopy, so let's get stuck straight into it.
All of this love in the air. What are you not breathing or something? What's up? Be tripping on power, talking to me like I need them or something. That's tough, tougher than you could imagine. Seem like my usual fashion.
Alright, now as you can see, just like most canopies, the floor actually sits well below this lip here. So what most people do, and what we're going to do today, is build a false floor just to make it level the whole way across. The lip on our canopy is 50mm, so we're going to make up that difference with our timber to make it as close as possible to level. So over here, just got some 2x4, I think is 35 by 70, this framing timber, fresh from Bunnings. And over here, we've got the plywood, which I've gone with 9mm marine ply. 9mm is a little bit small. I usually go for 12 or even 17, something like that. But because the lip's only 50mm, we didn't want to make it too high. I have left a little bit of clearance, so we've got 35mm, which will lay the framing timber flat, and add this on top, 9mm, which will make it, 44mm. So that'll give us a little bit of room for the carpet, because we are adding carpet to this, which will add a few extra mils. We'll start measuring it up. Basically what we're going to do first is make a frame for the bottom of the floor with the timber. So then that way we can screw the plywood straight on top of that. So yeah, we'll get stuck in, do a bit of measuring, do a bit of cutting, and see what we can fuck up.
Never at ease, I don't know a limit. Chasing a dream, I don't know what sleep is. I got a queen, she lit me to eat it. She ripe like a peach and she snapped me to snippet. We well overdue for that link up in person. Text me to fall through a murder, she wrote it. Still with courage, you're doing the service. Pull up to the crib, I'm equipped with the brushstrokes. Cutthroat from the low, where no love goes. Women buddy like it's been that. When I'm looking at the bill stack. Off the buddy, I was stressed out. Let the smoke stream from my...
Alright, I decided not to use carpet on the floor. I ended up actually getting some weatherproof paint and painting these floor pieces. Reason being is I had carpet in my last setup and it just got extremely dirty. Everything sticks to it and it's basically impossible to get out. This painted plywood is going to be much easier to clean. Things aren't going to stick to it. And also we're not going to see majority of the floor. You're only going to see the edges because we will have drawers, fridges, pantries and everything covering the floor. So there's no point in really spending hundreds of dollars on carpet when we can just paint it up with some weatherproof paint. While the paint was drying on those, I got some wood glue and glued down the timber frame to the floor of the canopy. So once the paint was dry, we can go ahead and screw the floor down. Alrighty, so I've got the false floor done. It's a little bit dirty and messy because I actually did go camping on the weekend. Threw a heap of gear in here, so I did scratch it up a little bit, but that's alright. Once we've got everything in the canopy, you basically pretty much won't see the floor at all except for the edges, because I will be putting a set of drawers, fridge, pantry, freaking heaps of stuff in here, so you're actually not going to see it. And I'm glad I didn't put carpet in it, because I've got a little section over here which I've left open to the floor, and I'll put a bit of carpet in there, and the carpet just gets that dirty and it's extremely hard to clean out. Whereas this timber, this painted timber, you can just vacuum it straight up and it comes up clean as. So pretty happy with that so far. But now that we've got the false floor in, it's time to start working out where we're going to put all this 12 volt gear, because there is quite a bit of stuff there, and we've got to fit it all onto this wall here. So let's get stuck into that.
Chest out, laced up, I really hate love from a stranger. Shit is fake stuff, only need it from you. Yeah.
Alright, we've got ourselves a big sheet of form ply here that we're going to use for the back wall, where we mount all of our 12 volt gear. So I've just measured up what size we need to cut it out. So yeah, we'll go ahead and cut it out.
Crash land in the palm of my hand. Bad little flex wanna play by the coast. Carry the torch, I'm way up, it's litty wherever we flow. I came from the cold, used to rest on the floor and stitch up my wounds, was born a soldier. Flipping the struggle, I'm taking it worldwide. Hold it down when you talk to me. Say it is what it's supposed to be. Say it loud, but I mean it too, yeah.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some screws in and mount this here where it's gonna go. With the 240 volt charger and the 2000 watt inverter, I'll just show you here. I'm gonna have that, so that there. So they're gonna be here like this, which will be up on the back wall of the canopy. So I'm going to have these cables running from here and running from here. Just running it externally, because obviously it's going to be back in the middle of the canopy. You're not even going to be able to see this, so we'll still do it nice and neat. We'll have our 2 fuses back here. So yeah, we'll just have the cables running out from there into the fuses, and then down into the batteries. And then with the smaller 12-volt stuff, like all the lighting and all my switches, I'm going to put a switch panel and stuff up here, but all that I will run up under here through, and it will be behind the panel, so you're not going to see all that, because obviously we'll have a fuse block and a bunch of switches and stuff like that. So all that stuff's going to be run behind that panel where you can't see it. But yeah, now obviously this is a jack-off canopy, so we do need to be able to disconnect the power. The power is going to be running through the back here. So I did actually bought this like surface mount Anderson plug. So this is going to be mounted up on the back here, and then that will be, one of those will be our power to our alternator, and the other one will be an outlet for the solar. So we're going to drill a hole through the canopy, mount it up there, and then yeah, it's obviously going to run to this DC charger. Alright, so I'm just going to make up a little lead that'll run from there to there.
Then they put you on trial. I was just a young child. Gave you 25 to life, all these years gone by, and you never asked why. All you did was pray to God, all you did was wait your time. Now you about to come home, and I'm about to have a child. It's gonna be worthwhile. It's gonna be worthwhile. Remember nights I cried, now we at the finish line. You was only 20.
Alright, just a bit of an update of how I'm going. So, as you would have seen, I've been wiring this up here. Now, I've run the 2000 watt inverter, the 250 amp fuse. I also ran the positive from the 240 volt charger to here, just because it's easy and looks neater rather than running it down to the battery past all this. So I don't think it's going to worry it being on that side of the fuse there. That way I'll only have to run one cable down to the battery rather than running 2, and it'll be all messy. I did have the shunt here, as you would have seen, for the battery monitor. Now, if you're not sure about battery monitors, so pretty much a voltmeter on a lithium battery is basically useless. So lithium batteries will actually put out 12 volts all the way until they're dead flat, pretty much. Having a battery monitor telling you the having a voltage meter telling you the voltage will not actually give you an idea of how flat the batteries are. Now, a battery monitor with a shunt will actually monitor the power going in and out of the battery, and it will tell you, and it will give you a percentage on how flat your batteries are. So basically the negative of everything you run, both charging and load, needs to run through the shunt, which is this thing here, and then it's got, it's also got, you got to run a little wire from the positive, and it's got a little plug which will plug into the monitor. Now, I did have that mounted on the board, but just due to the fact that all your negatives on everything you run have to run to that shunt, it was going to be too overloaded. There's just not going to be enough space, because I still have to run the solar, the DC charger, and then accessories like lights and shit like that. So it was just going to get too overloaded. I think I'm going to go into town and get like a bus bar and put it here. That way I can run all my negatives on the bus bar, and then just have one negative cable going down to the shunt, and then one from the shunt to the battery. It'll just make life a lot easier, and also the shunt needs to be as close to the battery as possible, so that will also allow us to have the battery, so the negative will be here, so it will just run from there to there, so it will be better for it. Now, other than that, it's looking pretty good so far. I bought this little these power distribution posts, so I'm just going to screw that there and run these off here. I know it's red, which isn't ideal, but who gives a I'm going to go to the, so we'll screw that down.
All you did was pray to God, all you did was wait your time. Now you about to come home, and I'm about to have a child. It's gonna be worthwhile. It's gonna be worthwhile. The nights I cry, now we have to finish.
Alright, so I've just run another cable through through here. That's our output from the DC charger. This is going to be our 12 volt for accessories. So I'm going to run a switch panel and a few 12 volt outlets and shit over that side. So I'm just running a cable up through here. It's going to run behind our panel just so it's hidden. So I'm just going to run that in now. I'm also going to run some power to this side as well because we're going to have a couple of switches and shit on this side. So yeah, I'm just going to run a bit of power that way and that way. So, oh sorry, I'm just putting in a inline fuse to the battery. So yeah, I'm just going to solder this one in. I got this soldering iron from SB Tools. It's a lithium battery one. You just charge it up. Now it's got this button here. Literally, you push it up, press the button. It's got 2 lights on it, and within about 5 seconds, I haven't used this today. Within about 5 seconds, that's hot enough to melt solder. I'll just show you. So I've been holding that on for like what 10 seconds. Bang. That's hot enough, and then you let go and it just turns off. So you don't have to heat it up. You don't have to worry about it being hot all the time. You just literally press the button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bang, she melts solder easy. It's my new favourite tool. So if you're in the market for a soldering iron, definitely go and check these ones out. They're sick. It's also got a heap of attachments. I haven't used this one yet, but I think this is I think this one's for heat shrink. So we'll give it a go. Oh, look at that. It's like a cigarette lighter. No way. Alright, I got my 2 batteries here. I've just pulled them out. And we're going to make up some jumper leads to go between the batteries to link them together. I've just got some battery cable here. I've only got red, I don't have any black. But that's alright, we're going to run some conduit anyway, so you won't even know. So yeah, we're just going to make up a couple of little jump leads to go from terminal to terminal. And then yeah, we can link them together from back in the truck.
Post, like in our picture, she like our post. They saying we goes, Kobe on go, playing the cut, just me and my woes. We getting high to balance the lows, you hear the flows. I need my ducks in a row, whoa, 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 yeah. Coming up fast, I thought we was moving too slow, whoa, no. Then I go ghost, they doing the most, they watch what you post. Like in our picture, she like our post. They saying we goes, Kobe on go, playing the cut, just me and my woes. We getting high to balance the lows, you hear the flows. I need my ducks in a row, whoa, 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 yeah. Coming up fast, I thought we was moving too slow, whoa, no.
Alrighty, so now we've got power from here into that side, which will have a fuse block and a switch panel over there, and then I'll have power from there, so we can get it from that fuse block back over to this side, where we'll have a couple more switches for lights and whatnot, and maybe a couple of outlets or whatever. The only other thing we've got left to run behind here will be the switch or the inverter, which is over here. So this here is a switch for the inverter that tells you what it's doing. I'm going to have this over this side because this is the kitchen side, so I probably will be running an induction cooker and stuff like that. So we will need to run this cable up through here, so we might do that. Alrighty, I'm pretty sure we've got our board all sorted and everything in the canopy is ready to go. We've got power coming out of here, power coming out of there. We've got the shunt mounted there. Yeah, we've got the remote control for the inverter. We've got our bloody DC charger. Everything's pretty much ready, sorted to go in. So I think what we're going to do is bolt this thing up into place.
If you don't, let's keep it cordial, keep my mentions on a low key. Yeah. If you for me, then for shorty. If you for me, can you show me? Way up near the asteroids, rapping like the writtens do. Alright,
I'm just going to make up the earth lead from here to here, here to here,
and the power lead.
Household name, way out of line, still in my lane. Heavy foot in the game. I'm big stepping in the flesh, bitch. I get better with age. Dropping my aim, they pressing play to hit my life. I'm never selling my soul. Get to the dollar off a dream, bitch. I'ma grip what I'm owed. I never fold, I keep it calm. They wanna rise out of me. I keep it glacier, cut you off soon as I see the first sign that you not for me. In alignment with the gods and the kings, and I want everything. Bitch, I need that payoff. She say she wanna dip out to Barbados. I'm still trying to comprehend what's a day off. Been moving hella careful, you see.
Alrighty, we're all in and hooked up. I've just used a couple of me stick-on things, cable tie things to run them across there nicely. It is not the neatest, but I think it looks pretty good considering all the wires we had to run. And like I said, once I'll have the fridge in there, I'm gonna have drawers and shit in here. So basically, this is the angle you're gonna see that. We probably will make a box for these batteries, and we will have to strap them down as well. But yeah, other than that, I'm absolutely stoked with it. She's all hooked up and working. I've got the battery monitor here. Now these things, you do have to program these things. I'll have to, I'm not sure what percentage the batteries are at the moment, but I'm going to plug in the 40 amp 240 volt charger, charge up the batteries overnight, and then we can come back tomorrow and set this thing up properly, because they need to be 100% charged before you can set these monitors up properly. So I'll go ahead, get a cord and plug that charger in and get these batteries charged up. And yeah, I cannot wait to be able to be making coffees on this thing. Alrighty, moment of truth, see if nothing explodes. Bang, lights are on. See if we can get some charge going in. Look at that, plus 41 amps. So obviously, as it says up there, 40 amp charger, and it is putting in 40.6 amps. Perfect. Now when we come back tomorrow, we know that these batteries will be at 100%, and yeah, we'll be able to program this blasted up. Absolutely stoked. Oh, good day there, mate. It's the next morning. The batteries are charged up. We're just going to go ahead and set this battery monitor. Absolutely freezing this morning. Right. So, like I said, you want to make sure your batteries are fully charged, which these ones are. You can see up there. So what you want to do is into the settings, 1, 2, 3, capacity. So at the moment the capacity is set at 100 amp hours, which ours is 240 amp hours. So 200. 40 amp hours. High and low, we're just going to leave them. We're just going to leave the alarm at 0 for now. Now if we go back, as you can see, it only says 41%. That's because we've changed our amp hours from 100 to 240, so it thinks we've only got 41%. So we're just going to hold this button on for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And it should bring us back up to 100. So now that is set at 100%, and it's all good to go. So we will have to, once we make up a board for here with our switches and all that shit, we will be mounting this up here.
Pull up to the crib, I'm equipped with the brushstrokes. Cutthroat from the low when no love goes. Women buddy like it's been dad. When me looking at the bill stack off the bubbly buddy.
Alrighty, I brought the rig home. It's time to test out the setup. I'm gonna go inside and grab the coffee machine and see if we can whip up a coffee on the inverter. Let's go.
Yeah, crash land in the palm of my hand. That little flex wanna play by the coast. Carry the torch, I'm way up the slitty wherever we flow.
I've been absolutely loving me coffees lately. Me and the missus bought this coffee machine a couple months back and absolutely love it. I'm probably going to make a spot for this coffee machine in the Canopy setup, I reckon.
because having cappuccinos while you're out camping in the middle of nowhere is going to be absolutely elite. So let's go ahead and test this out. I think this uses about 1500 watts of power, so, or a bit less. So the 2000 watt inverter should be sweet. So let's go ahead and whip up a coffee. See how she goes.
Lady, the gift, chime in. I don't really lack nothing. Drip black fish, hit the splash button. Landlocked, too bad for him. And they liable to talk, but it's mad rubbish. It don't mean nothing. From the shore, trying to make it to the top floor, but
Let's have a quick look here. So 98%, so we've used like 2% of the battery. It's still saying 240 amp hours, so we probably haven't even used 2%. So yeah, we can go ahead and switch that off now.
say it is what it's supposed to be. Say it loud, better me.
Look at that, cappuccino made in the Canopy. Cheers. Ah, that's perfect. If you had asked me a couple of years ago if I'd ever have a coffee machine in my Canopy, I would have said absolutely not. I cannot believe I'm going to be putting a coffee machine in my Canopy. I'm probably also going to put an induction cooker in here and just run everything off the 12 volt setup. I've always used gas for cooking, which has been alright, but it does get a bit of a pain having to buy gas all the time, and when it's windy it doesn't really work properly. So I've heard good things about induction, so hopefully we'll give that a crack and see how it goes. If it's no good, we can always just go back to the old gas cooker, but I'm absolutely stoked with this setup. I cannot wait to finish it off. Alrighty, that's going to do us for today's video. Thanks heaps for watching. Just another big thank you to Itech World and Australian Performance Boxes for sponsoring this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and stick around if you want to see part 2, where we continue fitting out the inside of this Canopy. I've got a few cool ideas for it, so you're not going to want to miss it. It is going to be sick. So yeah, thanks heaps again. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.